Hey there, I'm your host, Ryan Nell, the founder of Levitate, and today we're going to do a short guided meditation on finding balance. We'll do it through the means of a guided visualization, which I find really powerful in unpacking how meditation works and what it is we're aiming for, given that we can't really know when we're there. So I want you to just start to close your eyes and deepen your breathing. Throughout, we'll be breathing through our noses. With the first couple of breaths, though, you can always exhale with your mouth. And as you do that, just start to notice any tension in your body or in your mind. Perhaps there's something from this morning or the weekend just passed. Or perhaps it's something you've been carrying around for a really long time now, a story that you tell yourself about who you are or who you're not. Because often we lug these experiences and stories around with us a little longer than is entirely useful. So just ask yourself the question for a moment: which rock is wearing me down right now? What have I brought into this meditation? Perhaps it was the last time you felt frustrated or upset, stressed. Perhaps you said something you wish you hadn't, or perhaps you didn't say something you wish you had. Maybe you acted in a way that you don't feel aligns with your values. Or again, maybe you didn't act, but you wish you had. Your life has a way of burdening us with plenty of things that don't go right as we see them. So we want to, whenever we can, just take the opportunity to practice noticing that we're carrying a weight and then putting it down. So if you haven't already, I want you to close your eyes and picture that you've got this rock in your hand. You've been carrying it for however long. Just get clear on where that is in your body. Is it a tension you feel in your shoulders? Is it a very heady sensation? Is it a general weariness or a heat behind your forehead? And just for a moment, allow yourself to feel the way you did when your needs weren't met. Now I want you to take a deep breath in slowly to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold it for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it out for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, breathe normally. I'm hoping you might feel like a weight just lifted ever so slightly. You see, when we only have eyes for one particular stone, one particular story, we stop to notice the multitude of stones, stories, experiences surrounding it. So, imaginatively, we are just for a moment, rather than obsessing about the rock that we've been lugging around in one hand or the other, we're just looking up from it, noticing that we're walking along a pebbly beach, that it's just one amongst countless other stones. That they're rolling pleasingly beneath your bare feet as you walk. That to your left-hand side, there's the forest, which comes right down to the edge of the beach. And on the other side, there's the ocean, the waves just gently moving around the stones closest to the water. And further out, the waves, the ocean itself. And what we're going for whenever we meditate is a balance. All the most interesting stuff happens when we're lost in the forest or when we're out at sea amongst the waves. But dividing these two right at the middle point is the stony beach that we can keep on returning to. Some kind of balance between being lost in the trees and out of our depth in the water. It's not the earth, it's not the ocean. It's the point in between. You can think of your breath as this beach. When you're not clinging at one thing or rejecting another, when you're not seeking the light and denying the dark, when you're not so deep in the trees that you can't hear the ocean, you're on the beach. The still point. It's the gap between every inhale and exhale. Just the infinitesimally tiny moment when the air pauses before it changes direction. It's difficult to say when you're there, but we know it has to have happened between the breaths. It's the same with our thoughts. It's the same with the way we experience the world. See, as we wander along the beach, we pick up stone after stone. We get distracted by the birdsong in the trees or the roar of the ocean. And when we do that, we start to lose sight of the bigger picture. As Pema Chodron would say, you are the sky and everything beneath it. When we're going through life, it can feel like a series of stones, of sensations, of thoughts, of experiences that we just happen to us one after the other. But we want to start to cultivate this awareness that perhaps we might occasionally look up and see the bigger picture. Just get a hint of the space, your awareness, your consciousness, in which all the action is taking place. And because when we can do that, we're free. Life would be a bit boring if we spent all of our time on the stony beach. We just want to occasionally notice, though, when we're lost in the forest or when we're in the ocean again. Think of it as a home, keep on coming back to. Think of it as a place that's there however far out on either side you are. We know when we're not there, yet it's always just beneath the surface. Whatever's going on in your life, there's always a space between your breaths, a space between your thoughts, the space in which all of your experience takes place. It's the only thing that isn't moving. And just by knowing it's there and occasionally deliberately taking a breath, seeking to reconnect to that beach, to the balance, to the border, you'll start to find that more moments of calm and clarity and connection creep into other parts of your life. With me, take a deep breath in and out again. And again, breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. Start to notice the connection to the seat and the ground beneath your feet. Notice any physical sensations you might be feeling. Notice any sounds around you, any colors or lights in your visual field. We'll set an intention before we finish. Given that we put one rock down, we've got space to pick another up. Something we'd like to see more of in the story that's still to come. Whether it's kindness or compassion, love, belonging, connection. Welcome it in. Turn it over in your fingers or your mind's eye, inspecting the smoothness, the roughness, the color, the shape. And perhaps slip it into a pocket or hold on to it for a while, remembering occasionally to look up from it and notice the beach, the forest, the ocean, and the sky. Thank you so much. You can start to blink open your eyes. And I'll see you here next week for another episode of our Levitate community meditation class. Wherever you are in the world, I wish you a really beautiful day. Thank you.